Interesting. Very interesting. Up next, the Rivet Counting edition of Slot Car News. Friday, Slot Car News, sponsored by LEBHobbies.com. LEB Hobbies, racing fast, made easy. Visit LEBHobbies.com. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the backyard edition of Slot Car News. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the cars that you see here, including my sample, the Mustang that's been somewhat disassembled here. Not really, just kind of taken apart. And some of the other cars that you see here. Start off with some Race Track Scenics, shall we? Got some information this morning from them. They have a new Riverside sign that you see here. This looks really cool. They have a 2-lane and a 4-lane version of the MG bridge that you see here, along with its right angle stairs that comes with it. These that you see here are obviously the painted kits. The kits can be finished if you'd like. You just contact them whenever you do the order, and there you go, painted kits. Costs a bit extra, but it's well worth it. They have 3 sizes of the Riverside Tower now available. They've added a 1/43rd scale to the HO and the 1/32nd scale tower that you see here. It's all the same design. This tower looks absolutely incredible. Be a great showpiece on anyone's layout, quite frankly, even if you don't have the Riverside theme of your track. Would be very cool. One of my neighbors leaving. Yeah. One of the hazards of semi-live TV, shall we say. Slot It are showing a new Interlagos livery of the DTM that you see here. The Mercedes, kind of a plain white livery. Car looks really good. And, you know, they're really going to be cranking out these DTMs with, the release of the second Mercedes body, kind of adding to all the others that they've had. They're really fleshing out a pretty nice field for the folks that are in the market for DTMs. Sideways is showing, it's a fantasy livery, I don't care, of the new Skyline, the Pennzoil car. Wow, this looks stunning. There's a lot of photos here. I mean, this car, I have 2 of these cars. I have the initial release of the red car and, of course, the Calisonic car. These cars drive really, really well. They are a bit large, definitely hang out the tail quite a bit when they're going around the track. Definitely something to consider if you're thinking about getting one of these cars. If you have a pretty tight track where all of the fencing is pretty close, not a lot of runoff, this might not be the car for you. But if you have something like a Carrera track or a wood track with a lot of runoff room, I mean, this isn't going to be an issue. But I mean, this livery looks absolutely incredible. SRC are doing some work on a new BMW project that you see here. They're showing photos on their Facebook page of some really interesting work. Going to be happy to have an earlier BMW with really nice racing parts inside the car. This car is definitely going to haul the mail, and it's going to be beautiful as well. I mean, we all know the finish on SRC cars is incredible. Yes, they do send me samples. They don't tell me what to say. I say what I please. The cars look incredible. And they run really well, too. So I'm sure when this BMW comes out, this is going to be the talk of the town. It's going to be a super fast car, I'm sure. We have one other bit of news here. Avant Slot, it looks like, and I could be wrong about this, but I believe that these are the 6 Series molds that Spirit had done years ago, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. The Spirit car was, I mean, just absolutely beautiful as far as I was concerned. Not an expert on this car, so if it's off and you feel it's a horrible model, well, enjoy. But the car that I have, that I had done some work to, runs pretty well. The one thing that did kind of bother me about the car, the Spirit car, the release of it, had been the, I believe it's the lash on the motor, between the motor and the gear, or I should say, The rear axle, I believe, is not exactly on the center line with the armature. This is an inline car, so I believe you would get some kind of pretty noticeable cogging and some noticeable gear noise in the car. Didn't really bother me, but I mean, I'm hoping that maybe Avant have done a new chassis for the car, but even if they haven't, it's going to be great to see the 6 Series back. It's definitely a favorite of mine. I know there's a lot of folks out there that love this car too. Okay, 2 bits of show news. This weekend we have the Summer Slut Spectacular, say that 3 times fast, in Quakertown, Pennsylvania. As you see here, there you go, all the information. Yeah, this weekend. Enjoy, folks. Also, we still have the Canadian show, which, as you see here, is coming up in October. End of the show news. We have the taken apart version of the Mustang. This is the Scalextric car. They will be releasing this later this year, I believe. The color here in the shade is a little screwy. This is an unpainted prototype sample of the car. That's why it looks pretty toy-like. As far as I can tell, the shapes on this car, I am not a Mustang expert. As far as I can tell, the shapes on this car look really, really nice. Here you see the underside of the car, for what that's worth. Here's the interior of the car. It's going to be a little overexposed for you all. There we go. Maybe it's in focus. I sure hope so. You can see the roll cage there. Yes, the car will come with a driver before people get bent out of shape about how the car doesn't have a driver in it now. Here is the chassis. And as you see, an interesting thing about this is the motor is mounted vertically. It's a Sidewinder. It is mounted vertically. Here you can see there's a DPR door. Come on, keep in focus, please. Move a little back. There is a DPR door. There is there are torque thrust wheels on here. This car, I mean, it looks really, really nice. The vertically mounted motor is to clear the back seat, to have something of a full interior in there. So I did ask Scalextric about this. It's to accommodate other designs, so they can basically have the most flexibility with this. I'm fine with that. Look, they're going to be making a lot of these things over the coming years. You're going to get your chance for racing liveries, and probably at some point some type of movie livery, I guess, or a TV livery. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, you know, we all know the Mustang is, you know, kind of a staple in the U.S. market. This car does have lights as well. I will make that point as well. It did drive around my track and drove quite nicely. Yes, still with the magnet inside. I didn't want to take this apart from, you know, its current state. I'm fine with them doing whatever they have to do to release this car in ways that make the most financial sense for them. If they're going to be releasing future liveries of the car, you know, this is a car that they can, if they just did racing liveries, they could have this car in the catalog for a decade or more, doing a number of decorations each year. So, you know, I mean, frankly, I'm fine with that. Okay, do have a couple samples here that I did get from LEB. I got these obviously when I had seen them a little more than a week ago now, 2 weeks ago now, when we got back from England. Yes, I'm still, you can't see this. Oh, you can. Yep, hinged leg brace. Not a lot of fun. 3 samples of some currently available cars from them. This is the Legends edition of the 917. They are going to be doing these, or historic edition, I should say. This car is in stock now. The cool thing about this is it comes with a nice box, but it also comes with kind of a standard case as well, and some thank you cards and a couple extra little screws in there. I'm really happy with the packaging they're doing. They really do add quite a bit of nice value, I think, anyway, to, I mean, these cars are not cheap, right? So you definitely, when you have cars, you know, at $90-ish, $80 some dollars, frankly, just only a little more than Scalextric now. It adds quite a bit of value, I feel anyway, to have really nice packaging in these. I mean, you can hardly fault the finish on these cars. The next one, the McLaren, there has been something of a supply issue with these cars. The cars were very hotly anticipated, and I know definitely did sell well, and LEB has to support their sales in Canada because they are the Canadian distributor for NSR, and yeah, so definitely it's going to be a little difficult to get a hold of one of these guys. If you see one, frankly, scoop them up. I think the supply issue has been resolved and will be resolved, and we're all going to get all the NSRs we want. The last car to show off here is the Vantage, the GT3. Really beautiful car. Is this a Vantage? This is a Vantage. Well, it doesn't say it. It's a beautiful Gulf livery on a car. I'm really happy that they've done this livery on these cars. I mean, this definitely reminiscent of the Porsche 9083 livery that they had done. But anyway, definitely beautiful car. Absolutely beautiful car. So that's it for the show and tell, folks. I do plan on doing a live stream this coming Sunday. Probably be doing it from inside. Can't really get good internet out here, but it's nice to be able to sit outside when it's beautiful like this. So anyway, folks, thank you all very much for the upcoming videos this week. I'm going to be publishing a pretty short, maybe not so short, kind of a walk around video from the the UK Slot Fest that I shot while I was there. I will be publishing the interview with Magnetic Racing this week. Next week, I will be doing the interview. I'll be publishing the interview that I had done with Slot It while I was there at the UK Slot Fest. And there's a couple other little videos that I'll probably cut together as well. I will be doing a little more with the Mustang. Definitely, we're going to be having this car, I believe, later this year. So, you know, we have a little bit of time until this guy shows up. You know, unfortunately, but you know, we have to give them time to work, and you know, things are still a little slow in China, to say the least. So I will have a live stream this weekend, as I said. Definitely going to be a little shorter. That's the plan anyway. And I guess that's about it, folks. Thank you all very much. Thanks from the backyard here. Absolutely beautiful day outside. Nice and cool, nice and breezy. And see you all again soon. Cheers.